Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to FTRL. It is Thursday evening, which means it's here time for your weekly dose of GT2 action. Coming tonight from Sardegna B and WeatherTech Laguna Seca. So we are into week 6 of the championship, and driving action has been absolutely supreme from GT2 so far. It does appear that we are going to get a restart. Unfortunately, we've got some glitching going on, so do bear with us. Not the dream start we were after. So we await a restart on the lobby. The action will be fierce and frenetic, hopefully, once we get started. So just a recap of last time out while we wait for the new lobby to go up. 2 races last week. Laje Maggiore West and Le Mans were the rounds 9 and 10 of the championship. Round 9 saw a titanic scrap between Switchback and City Posh Blue, who are our current leaders in the GR4 category. They went head to head in that one. City Posh led the way with Switchback in close attendance for the whole of the first stint. Switchback was able to leapfrog City Posh in the pits with his superior fuel, and he went on to win his second race of the season. However, in the second race, the Group 3 race at Le Mans, which took place in the same week that the 24 Hours of Le Mans should have taken place, City Posh Blue came through to take victory in the Group 3 race after a great race-long scrap with his teammate Unsafe Release and Co-Andy, who led a lot of the early running there. Great race from Andy. He was unfortunately to come up a little bit short that time, but mainly due to his car's top speed being a little bit lacking in comparison to the McLarens. Hopefully this week he will be up there and close, battling for the win again. So just waiting for new lobby to go up. It's not quite ready yet, unfortunately. I've had a bit of a glitch already, so just waiting for a new lobby to arrive. So the 2 tracks this week then, we'll the lobby might be away. Oh wait. There we go. We join the lobby. The tracks on Sardegna B is one of the Gran Turismo original games circuits. Can't spell words out this evening. Yeah, so a flowing high-speed circuit plunging down into the middle part. That with a couple of heavy braking zones at turn 1 and also in the middle part, the bottom of the hill, to keep an eye on there. Some good option for overtaking manoeuvres. We shall see who prevails this one later on. Of course, we're at the WeatherTech Laguna Seca, infamous world-renowned circuit in the United States, famous of course for the downhill corkscrew corner, which descends something like 8 stories from the top to the bottom of the hill. So a very iconic circuit with an iconic corner. Now for some reason telling me put something like 52 messages in here, but none of them are popping up in the chat on YouTube, so I don't quite know what's going on there. So I'm just waiting for everybody to rejoin. Just a couple left to come in. So I'll have a rundown of what's changed since last week. Well, Zomois has a new livery. The Jensen Button colours there of white with Dayglow yellow. And on track we've got Donzo there in his Peroni Alfa Romeo, because Alfa Romeo are using their wild card this week, so they will be on 4 double points. They fancy themselves this week to be taking home good points from both races, so we shall see how the Alfa Romeo boys get on. But we have had a slight balance of performance update since last week. It came out last night, and that has meant that the Alfa Romeo, especially the Group 4 car, has lost some of the weight that was given in the last update, so they might be a little bit more competitive. This was the car to have in the early part of this season. And then they had a BOP update and slapped a lot of weight onto the Alfa Romeo. They were hindered quite severely by that. They fell away for a couple of rounds, so it'll be interesting to see if they are back at the pointy end this week. And we've got Steph, of course, first time winner in the wet race at the Red Bull Ring. A storming drive from him. Will Steph get on tonight? We've got City Posh, our current championship leader overall. He leads the Group 3 category, and I believe he is tied for overall lead in the Group 4s. So let's have a quick look at that while we're going down. Championship standings. Right, let's have a look at where we are. So in the Group 4s. He is, not going to tell a lie, he is third, however he is just 2 points off the lead. So, starting with the Group 4s then, our current championship lead in Group 4 is joint between Switchback and SBY. And Switchback ahead on, I believe, race victories. He has 2, SBY has 1. They are tied on 51 points. City Posh sits third on 49 with Unsafe Release on 44, tied with Donzo. We've got Junkie Sport on 37, Steph on 33, Deluxe in the third McLaren 26, Co Andy on 25, Peatman, who has missed a couple of rounds, on 21 points, next Cats on 14, Zonmar on 10, Ruben, of course, who made his debut last time out, took pole position as well, so can he continue that good form? He's on 9 with Zombie, who has now departed and has been replaced, and we'll pick up on that in a moment. 2, and JP Greenwood, who didn't score last time out in his first week. He'll be hoping to go a little better this time round. So the car's out onto track. Qualifying underway again. Hopefully everybody gets away this time. One car still in the pits. Hopefully he's just letting everybody get a bit of a gap. He's on his way. Good. Right, so everybody is out of the pits this time. A little bit of lag going on there for Ruben. Hopefully it's not too much of a problem. So let's run down there and see. Posh is listed as number 1, even though he's not first out. He's almost the first on track. He's almost the first on track. Here we go, now coming through. No idea what's going on with the comments thing. It's like we've got 100 comments already and going up. Not quite sure what's going on there. Either the chat is going crazy or which it is not. So, but do try and catch up with the comments, boys. Come on, we need 105 comments, so get in there, get going. Oh, Som sideways into the final corner. That's going to compromise his run. Junkie Sport's going to give him a big bump draft at the straight. So Citroen have not used their wild card this week, which was queried to them by some of the guys in GT1. Citroen expected to go very well here. He's going to lead us around on this first lap. He's going a little bit deep into one. Let's go on board. It's hard to see through the Citroen. This is what the driver would see. See them move their Junkie Sport into this left hand, slightly uphill now. Click the apex, run out to the outside on the right hand side. Over the crest, over to the left hand side. And you're braking downhill into this long right-hander. Sweep round, slight rise on the exit, and then you plunge down the hill into the middle part of the circuit. Fast left-hand kink, flat through here. Over to the right-hand side, another flat-out left-hand kink, and then hard on the brake, second hard braking zone. Good overtaking opportunity, then you turn right, clip that apex, don't run to the gravel on the left. Now you climb back up the hill on the far side. Get over to the right-hand side, give yourself a good entry angle for this left-hander. A lot of camber there, use that to ride around the outside. We've got a long left-hander here, tricky and deceptive. Narrows on exit. out to the curb, and then again a very tricky final couple of corners here. Clip the apex on the inside there, don't take too much curb, don't run onto the grass there. Good line from Zom. And then power down the start finish straight. So first lap times go in. There's a bit of a slipstream battle then. SPY has hit the front. Next is Cats. He goes third. He goes into P5. Ammo then, so Ammo is our new driver. Flicked past him. It's being replaced. What is going on here? Don't let me select the top three at the moment, interestingly. Ruben has had enough. And goes P4. Right, there we go. So City Posh has taken pole position on those first flying laps. Overall championship leader. Pole position so far on Sofa leads his teammate in P3, separated by our new arrival, that's Ammo 557. He's in the Mitsubishi. Peakman in P4, leading the Alfa Romeo charge ahead of his teammate SPY. 4 tenths, those 2, 4 and 3 tenths off pole position, so tied at the top again. Switch back the lead Citroen, and it's very wide there though. That's going to compromise this lap, so he'll be into the pits. If you look P7, Cats is P8, Zom P9, Coandy P10. The guys diving in for fresh super softs. Sport was P12, Prototype Steph P13, JP Greenwood. Newcastle car P14. Had a bit of an off on his first lap, I think. Quite a lot of markings on the front of his car. He dives into the pits. So, first flying runs. Donzo has popped himself up into P2. Just 59 thousandths shy of City Posh's lap time. Splitting the gap between him and Ammo, so less than a tenth covering the top three at the moment, so very close there. 3 different cars as well, McLaren, Mitsubishi and Alfa Romeo in the top 3. Of course, Ammo has added to FTRL's Belgian contingent, which means that Rom Elson is now number 4 in the list of favourite Belgians, of which there are 4 in FTRL. Sorry Rom, don't make the rules, it's just how it is. SPY current GR4 championship leader down in P6, joint championship leader Group 4 switchback down in P7. What can they do this time around? So we're going for the fresh tyres. Switchback starting a lap now, so we'll stay on board with him. Flash of the lights on exit, that's as is standard with switchback. There, coming into the left-hander. Gathers it up there, but he is fastest of all through the first sector, so despite that wobble, he's on for a good lap. As we down the hill and through the fast kink, stamps on the brakes again. Clips the apex and charge up the hill. Missed the gravel on the exit there, very busy on the track there. Got Junkie Sport getting out of the way, he's coming up behind SPY. He was just out of the pits and really get a toe off his championship rival. He's got a bit of a gap there, he's about to start a flying lap. So back to the bit of the car, he's on the dirt. Shouldn't have compromised, he's picked up a half-second penalty on the final corner. Will mean he will not his lap goes fastest of all, so it did. It has given him the lap time, which is strange. Usually it would not give you that lot of time. See how busy it is there in front of SBY. So Switchback currently on pole position by 3.5 tenths. That was a big jump up. City Posh, can he respond? He's on an out lap. No, he wasn't a flying lap. He's closed within 31 thousandths again. So City Posh responds. Not quite getting there, but it wasn't far away. Donzo P3 with Ammo in P4, unsafe out of the pits. He's currently holding P5. Peatman is P6 ahead of SBY, who is tucked up right behind Zom. And these both laps, which is not ideal on qualifying lap. Don't want to be racing. He's down the inside. He's battling for track position, I think. Sensible thing to do here would be to abandon this lap and get yourself some breathing room. Because it's very busy on track at the moment, unless he thinks Citroen can pull him round, but it's going to be compromising his lines. He's going to use him to slingshot down the start finish rate this time around. Pulls out the slipstream, but we know that Citroen is rapid in a straight line. For Romeo, however, very good on the brakes. I think is getting out of it now. Still side by side. This is not the race, this is qualifying. And yeah, they're just holding each other up now, so not ideal. And in the pits. Not quite able to replicate his pole position form from last week. So far into the just over 2 minutes left of qualifying. And it is a Switchback who holds on to pole position for the moment, and 2 minutes left to go in qualifying. Have anything else in the tank? You can see he's very busy. Got the three McLarens together on track. See Posh has got safe release behind him, and to look third in the queue. Somewhat improves to a 26.4, Donzo 25.6, he's now P4. Seems to be lagging a little bit. See Posh is in the gravel getting out of the way. Whether his tyres are much good. So we'll go on board with current pole sitter Switchback then. Can he improve? Gap is just 31 thousandths behind between him and City Posh. Look moves up to P7 with a 26 flat, so he's ahead of SBY. And clips the apex nicely, stays out of the gravel, using that curb on the outside. He is slightly faster, 5 thousandths of a second. So a little bit of room for improvement from Switchback. If he can make a effort for the final corner. He lost a little bit of time on his current pole lap. Let's see how he does. And the inside this time stays off the dirt as Donzo goes fastest. Meanwhile, just ahead of him up the road. Can Switchback respond? He can. And how? 0.273, so Switchback back onto pole position. City Posh coming around, he's currently third. Can he improve? Junkie Sport goes fourth. Stephanie 26.6. Can City Posh get a slipstream from Ruben ahead of him? Safe release coming to the line, he's currently down in P7, he stays where he is, the look stays P8, City Posh improves, but not enough to move up position. driving to the line as well. Can he improve on P5? He can't. Ruben popped himself up into P6 and all that. Ahead of Ammo. Safe down to P8. Deluxe P9. SBY down in P10. Who were we disappointed with that? Andy is P11. And next is Cats with Zom in P13. Steph in P14. And JP Greenwood P15. So I think because Zom has parked up, we're going to have to wait for the countdown. There we have it then, so grid in place, switch back on pole from Donzo and City Posh. Junkie Sport in P4, so expect those Citroens to make a flyer off the line. So then question 2, everybody in the stream, who do we expect to win this one? I know Switchback does like this circuit, so my money's going on him for the victory. I think Donzo will be P2. And I think City Posh will stay P3, so I think the top 3 are going to stay as they are in this one. I expect their Junkie Sport to be into P2 by the time they get to turn 1. Let's see how this one plays out. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights. Green, and away we go. Good start by Zom in the background as well. Donzo's made a good start and has managed to hold off Junkie Sport. He has jumped City Posh off the line. City Posh has the inside, so he's coming back at Junkie Sport, in fact. Into turn 1, Switchback holds the lead from Donzo. City Posh and Junkie side by side. Sort themselves out. Peteman P5. Ammo up to P6, head up unsafe release. The look is 8. Coandy P9. Zom P10. SBY down to 11th, ahead of Steph. Next is Cats. Ruben has had an absolute shocking start. He's down in P14. A bit of lag there. The Scirocco's all down at the back at the moment. Switchback has held on to the lead. But not made the big jump like we have seen from the Citroens in the past. Junkie Sport not able to make a place in the background. We've got Peteman and Ammo side by side. Ammo's coming in hot. There's contact. Junkie Sport. Peteman's going to come back through. Oh, here comes Andy making big move up the game. He's up to P6. So Andy's had a great start there in the Mitsubishi. Look down side by side with Ammo, getting shuffled backwards a little bit here. Side by side, Zom in behind them, looking for a way through. Back to the race lead. Switchback out, starting to just inch away down that straight. Donzo has got City Posh under his rear wing. Through 2-1 Junkie Sport in P4, bit of a gap back to Peteman, then you've got unsafe release and Andy. Safe release passing Andy to turn 1. Ammo up to P8. He's on P9, to put up Steph side by side with Cats. And SBY, we've had a moment somewhere for Deluxe, he's down to P15. JP Greenwood trying to go down the inside of Ruben. Oh, still glitching quite badly. Deluxe down to P15, so he's had a moment somewhere on the opening lap. With the lead and then Switchback holding a lead of just about a second, just over a second actually, to come up the hill. The Citroen stretching its legs. So holding on to P2. However, Switchback is now crucially outside of slipstream range. He's over the 1.5 second threshold. He's broken the slipstream to Donzo, and Donzo will be needing that. Closes up again through the final corner, but again on the straight now. The Citroen pulling away. That means the McLaren can now attack the Alfa Romeo because he's not getting assistance from the car ahead. Goes to the outside. And they run up to turn 1, they come over the crest of the hill. Is he ahead in the braking zone? He is, and sweeps by into P2. Coming from City Posh up into P2. Junkie Sport now closing in as well on the background there, P4, second of the Citroens. He's bringing Peatman with him, so the top 5 have managed to break away a little bit. Unsafe release, and Cohen still battling over P6 and 7. Safe release holding onto at the moment the second of the Mitsubishi's ammo right behind him. And Zom also at the tail of these guys now, P9, so strong start from Zom. And the two Mitsubishi side by side. Steph up to P10. He's got Nexus Cats and JP Greenwood with him. Oh, JP goes in the gravel. A little bit wide through goes SPY. SPY's had an awful race so far. Meanwhile, side by side further up the road, Andy, Ammo and Zom. As Ammo goes round the outside of Andy. Well, this is letting Unsafe Release just make a breakaway. Now, battles on for P2 and for P4. City Posh has got Donzo with his slipstream. So well, he's not close enough. However, Peatman trying to attack Junkie Sport as well. Again, not quite close enough. Peatman right on the tail of the second of the Citroens. Now up the inside. Not quite close enough to send it there. So he drops back in again. Donzo giving City Posh a workout here. He's not letting him get away. Having taken the position last time around. Right on his tail this week down the hill. Alfa Romeo so good through the corners, and McLaren better in a straight line. However, neither of them are a match for Switchback, who is now 3.3 seconds ahead, so he is just running away with this one. His way, he does like this circuit, and that's showing. For his third win of the season. Back on safe release, now trying to bridge that gap. The two Mitsubishi still nose to tail in 7th and 8th, and he's pushing his teammate around the final corner. Zom right in touch with them as well. To the outside, and he's getting the slipstream from his teammate. I'm trying to go around the long way, and he defends him, but the side by side going off the corner. Position held for now. Cats is up into P10. Steph right on his tail, and SPY trying to recover after that awful start. The P12, Ruben P13, Dillup P14, and JP Greenwood in pursuit. Running a little bit wide. I think I saw Zom and Andy going side by side a moment ago. Andy's still ahead though for the time being. But these two battling is letting Ammo get away. He's also bringing in Cats, Steph and SPY. So this could very quickly be a 5-car battle. Andy's a little bit wide there. Zom down the inside. He has the inside for the uphill right-hander though. So I'm sure they kind of go round the long way. Steph rally crossing in the background. He's four-wheel drive, just pulling him back ahead of Zom, but now these guys have been joined by Nexus Cats, by SBY, Steph and Ruben, all onto the tail of this as well. They've got a 6-car train, 8. Donzo not quite close enough to City Posh this time, and also again not quite close enough to Junkie Sport. You can see how much quicker through the corner there the Alfa Romeo as he's now right on the back of the Citroen. Oh, Andy down 2 places then, so Zom and Cats have blasted past on the straight. And down to P10. Now I've got SBY who's up to P11, has put Steph down a position. Trying to recover. Joint Group 4 leader down in 11th place. I think 2 points, that'd be 4 with his double score, but Switchback on for the win at the moment. Down the inside is coming in so hot, but too hot there from SBY, and that'll let Steph back through. SBY overcooked it slightly. Race leader Zach now 4 seconds in the lead. Change for 4th position further back there. Peatman has got ahead of Junkie Sport. Another Romeo man up into P4. However, the Citroen's coming back at him down the straight. You can have a look down the inside. Junkie Sport's coming in hot though. Peatman tries to switch back and takes the position. They're going to go side by side through the S's. He drops in front. However, now Junkie Sport trying to get the undercut. He's got the overlap. He's down the inside again. Trying to hang on around the outside. Still side by side. And now Junkie Sport drops back in ahead. So great move there from Junkie Sport. Great driving from these two. A lot of respect shown there. Several overtakes. Peatman though is not finished with this. And up the road, Donzo is back ahead in the battle for P2. So Donzo up to P2. Can Peatman send it on Junkie Sport? Not this time. The Chetland Pagani calling started with the same winner as Ida, as he reckons switch back before the win. City Posh P2, Bonzo P3, so at the moment P1 looks fairly nailed on. We approach half race distance. Bonzo and City Posh however slugging it out for P2 and P3. It's about that battling behind them. Junkie Sport not gaining time, but he has now pulled a bit of a gap on Peatman. Almost at slipstream range there, so Junkie Sport having a very good middle and end sector there, pulled a big gap on Peatman. And all this is letting Unsafe Release join this battle for P4 in the second of the McLarens. Meanwhile, big battle going on. Ammo has been caught by the pack behind, so he's now got Zom, Katz, Andy, Steph and SBY on the train. Ruben not far off the back of them either. Did look his way, and out of the pits has come JP Greenwood. He's gone from the super soft onto the softs. Evening Mikey in the chat, and evening to UDI Sports Brazil. Hola. So lap 8 coming around to be completed. Switchback leads 4.2 seconds now is the gap. Donzo hanging on to P2. City Posh still in touch. Peatman has closed up a little bit in the middle part of this lap on Junkie Sport. The switchback is in at the end of lap 8, so race leader pits. Through goes Donzo, through goes City Posh. Also in is Junkie Sport, so the Citroen's into a plan. They pit. Through goes Unsafe Release. Now inherits the race lead. We'll switch back, be looking for the undercuts. Where has he come out relative to any traffic? Now he's got some clear track. He's ahead of Zom as well, so that battle behind him has split up slightly. Zom up to P6, Katz and Steph side by side. SBY behind him, still trying to make up ground. He's only up to P9. He definitely wanted more, especially with it being their wildcard week. Team is going very well so far though. Steph gets the move done on Katz. Junkie Sport has come out in P10 after his pit stop. Co-Andy is P11. Almo after pitting is now in P12 ahead of Ruben. Mid to look and JP Greenwood far behind him. Donzo pits this time round as to City Posh, so they respond. Both coming in with the same fuel, so the Alfa Romeo is very good on its fuel. City Porsche has done an excellent job. You see the Peatman who's a little bit further back, 36, so quite a big difference there between Donzo and Peatman in terms of the fuel they had. Switchback has already swept by into the lead. Donzo has come out. He's on the field a little bit compared to City Posh. Trying to make a bit of a gap. Sport has come back out in P4 ahead of Peatman. Safe Release and Kerwandy. Andy there made quite a big jump in the pits. He's now clear in P7 ahead of his teammates. Ammo who's put quite a bit more fuel in, so Ammo maybe put too much fuel in there. He's come back out in this train there, so he's got Zom and Steph with him, SBY there as well. Ruben not far behind. Katz has dropped quite a way back there. He's now battling with Deluxe, so the Dane train has coupled up again. They're going side by side through the right hand, a bit of contact there, side by side. So they put down the hill. JP Greenwood trying to give chase and get involved in this battle. But after the pit stop, Switchback has extended his lead. Now it's 6 seconds. Back to Donzo, 1.3 ahead of City Posh. Not quite out of slipstream range. I think maybe that's what he was hoping for, to get out of slipstream range. Maybe you can see how much quicker the McLaren is. Now he's got the slipstream closing 3/10 already. I think by the end of the straight he's going to have caught him by like half a second. P4 is As You Were. Junkie Sport still leads Peatman though, closing back in. Dragging Unsafe Release with him. These three in a good battle. Andy has fallen away a little bit. Still ahead of that train led by his teammate Arno. Sorry, Arno. Do it that right? Not Arno, it's Arno. In P8, Zom going well in P9. SBY is now P10. Steph has dropped off the back a little bit. Now battling with Ruben. And we've got Deluxe, Cat and JP Greenwood. 3-car battle behind them. Switchback on his way. Gap now 6.6 seconds, just continues to pull away. Looking very comfortable for him at the front. Donzo and City Posh are together again. On the back straight, as are this battle Junkie Sport, Peatman and Unsafe Release. So these three nose to tail again. Pick up the battle of City Posh straight into the slipstream. Which side does he pick? He's going to go around the outside again. We saw this move earlier on in the race. Sweeps around the outside. Will he be ahead in the braking zone? He is indeed. Drops into P2. Behind them, no moves further back. Oh, Unsafe Release has got contact with Peatman. Peatman's into the gravel. Just about gets away with it there. Unsafe Release waits for his rival. Slight misjudgment on the braking, but that has let Junkie Sport get away by 4 seconds. Look at how quickly he has pulled away. So that has opened that gap up significantly there. Now Junkie Sport very comfortably in 4th place. These two still together on track, and then here comes the train. Andy getting reeled in by his teammate Arno. Zom still battling his way. Good run this from Zom. He was running very well last week until an accident with Andy spun him out the race and down the order. But a very strong showing again this week from Zom. Thinks about a move. Looks at the inside of Arno. Arno a little bit wide of the apex there. I think a good run up the hill. The 4-wheel drive system will probably help pull the Mitsubishi away. SBY closes right up on the back there. Good run through the corners. You've got Steph and Ruben behind them. The Dane train battling as well. Deluxe and Cat still having a squabble. JP Greenwood in pursuit as well. On to lap 13 then, just over 7 minutes to go. Switchback still leads, 7 seconds to the good. Looking very good for him so far. City Posh and Donzo still nose to tail in this battle for P2. Podium trio are 7 seconds ahead of Junkie Sport, who's now got a 5-second gap. and unsafe release after that contact last time around. Hanging on to P7. Oh no, Zom and SPY are right with him. SPY's had a very good run through the corner, trying to go around the outside down the hill. And he shuts the door in his face. When you have a look down the inside into the brakes, he has a look, shows the nose, gets in the mirrors. Oh, Andy's wide, and that's lost him 3 places, so a mistake there from Co-Andy out the braking zone. And that lets Arno through. Zom's now down the inside of Arno and up into P7. Great opportunistic move there from Zom, saw the gap, got the Citroen turned underneath the Mitsubishi, and through he goes up into P7. He's washed out a little bit there through the Pulsar corner there to compromise his run onto the straight. Arno, here comes SPY into the slipstream. SPY getting a double slipstream there from SPY. Looks at the inside, but he just has not got the straight line speed. Oh, contact! Arno's going in hot. Just get pulled up in time. Oh, Zom contact into the gravel. Andy's coming past as well. More contact door to door with SPY up the inside. And Arno goes down 2 spots. And here comes the third, and the Mitsubishi. Now Steph is getting back in touch with this group. So they're getting the slipstream, just missed his braking point into turn 1. Went deep, just got up to the gravel, and then this came back onto the track. Zom just drifted out, just nudged him into the gravel. And they let Andy through, there was contact there, and then SPY followed Andy through. More contact. Andy in the gravel again there, trying to get up the hill. Mitsubishi has a heritage, of course, with rallycross and rallying, but not beginning. Oh, and off goes Zom. Oh, Zom's gone off. Just lost it there on the coming round the left-hander at the top of the hill, and he's spun off into the gravel. Down to P11. Tyre squealing ahead. Steph and Arno go side by side. Steph up to P9, so Steph coming back into this battle now. Race lead is still switched back, 7.5 seconds in the lead. Ruben has left there. I think he was having some connectivity issues. His car has been lagging quite badly a lot of this race. City Posh P2 holding on, but Donzo's still with him. He's not got rid of the Alfa Romeo man yet. Sport in a comfortable 4th place. However, Peatman, having got a bit of a gap to unsafe release, has closed that gap by about half. It was 5 seconds last time we saw them. It's now 2.4. So the gap is coming down. Peatman is working his way back towards Junkie Sport. Can he get back on terms before the end of the race? Junkie Sport seems to be struggling. He's got quite a lot more tyre wear. You can see on the right hand side. Gap is now 2 seconds and coming down. It will pull away down the straight, but Peatman is coming back. The in P7, Arno running wide at the final corner, comes out side by side with his teammate. Oh, popping doors, and again, Mitsubishi's trading paint. Brings into one. Steph up the inside. Arno trying to go around the outside. The meet on the apex again. He's touching the gravel, and all this is letting Zom get back on terms with these two. Look in P11, catches P12. SPY's down to P13 again, so he's had a moment somewhere. This race has not gone well for SPY. Down in 13th on Group 4. Seeing there sliding the back end of that car around there. It's Alfa Romeo's so good at its tyres, but he's got a lot of tyre wear. So I just wonder if he's burnt his tyres out. He's struggling a little bit for grip at the moment. Greenwood has been in for another set of tyres. He's back onto the super softs. Switchback continues to lead. 6.9 seconds the gap. The two behind have taken a bit of time out of him, but Seca has a healthy lead still. City Posh hanging on to P2, but Donzo is still very much with him. Turn 1, the gap for P4 is down to 1.7 seconds, so P1's still chipping away. We've got one more lap after this, so this will be the penultimate lap of the race. Some drivers anyway. I think most of them should get one more lap in, we shall see. Back, Som is up now into P8. So recovery after that mistake. Dragging Steph with him, Katz is P10 ahead of Arno. With the look in 12, SBY in 13, so the look has got the final point at the moment. Will be a bit of a disaster for SBY. And he's double points week to not be scoring. You can see how bad, look at the tyre wear on that McLaren on the front right. That is halfway down at least. So he is hammering those super soft tyres. So switchback will be doing one more lap. Crosses the line. Donzo is back up into P2. We'll be looking through the field. He's got ahead of City Posh again, but City Posh is coming back at him down the start finish straight. He's going to the inside this time. Can Donzo hang on around the outside, get a good run off turn 1, come back at the McLaren. Goes to switch back, the McLaren just dips a wheel into the gravel. Peatman has finished, so Junkie Sport is safe now in P4. Across the line then, Andy's going to come home P7, Zom will be P8, Steph P9. Arno, his debut is P10. Katz gets P11 ahead of Deluc and SBY. JP Greenwood coming around for P14. This is the battle we need to watch. There's the battle for P2. City Posh holds on to it for now, but Donzo on the attack, round the outside, down the hill, drops back into the slipstream. Oh, we've got two more opportunities. This is the first. Down the inside, is he close enough? Not this time. City Posh keeps it neat and tidy, no mistakes. Drive up the hill, is he going to be close enough for attack at the top of the hill? Again, not quite. It looks like it needs a mistake from City Posh here. There's and the McLaren, oh, he's had a wobble there. He's on the grass. Donzo's not close enough, or is he? He's down the inside, they meet on the apex, there's contact. And Donzo lets him through. So City Posh comes home in P2. Donzo P3. And Junkie Sport coming home in P4. This week will be good. There we go. He crosses the line. So Switchback is your winner in the end by quite a comfortable 13 seconds after that last lap squabble. Came out in favour of City Posh in pole position. And victory for Switchback. Race 1 in the books. And Switchback taking his third win of the season. Did fancy this track though, so not too much of a surprise, suiting the Citroen now with its long straights. But now we head to quite a different circuit then. We are heading to Laguna Seca, WeatherTech Laguna Seca. This one not so much of a power track, some more like quite twisty nature. Some short straights in between it, which will probably suit cars like the McLaren, like the Alfa Romeos, Citroens, And some of them have been saying they're struggling a little bit with the corkscrew. Of course, they're such a very big, long car. With a lap on SBY, although he's in AI mode, so we'll maybe pick up with a Ruben. Qualifying from him. Got involved in a few incidents in the race, but picks up points in his debut, so I think he'll be reasonably happy with that. See when he gets on. Hopefully he'll have his own liveries for next week. He's in the custom ones tonight, but the Lance looks very nice in that sort of dark burgundy red. Andy appears to have a new livery for this week. Or was it the Batman livery he had last week? Can't tell at the moment. Just waiting for one driver to get into their cars. Switch back coming around to start flying them, so we'll do a lap on board with switchback. Get a feel for Laguna Seca then, so drive up the start, finish straight. Turn 1 is this over the crest kink here, it's just turn 1, and we've got the heavy braking zone at 2. Hairpin left, double apex, he's returned to the pits, thanks Zach, great lap. With SBY who is on a lap. Donzo's a little bit ahead of him, so we'll pick up Donzo. So we're dropping into the final corner then, start flying lap with the Alfa Romeo. The final corner out onto the power then, so accelerating up the start, finish straight. Start climbing up the hill now, past the start finish line. This is turn 1 here. Downhill on the brakes hard for the double apex hairpin. First one there, drift away a little bit, then come back for the second apex on the power, but corner tightens. Short blast up then into the right hander, watch the sausage curb on the inside there. Bounce your wide out to the curb on the outside under the bridge, then flick into the right hander again. Another sausage curb on the inside to keep an eye out for. Clip those and it will flick you out and onto the gravel. Under the bridge and hard on the brakes, down a couple of gears to this heavily cambered left-hander, drift to the outside again, still going uphill there, blasting up the hill under the bridge, pick your braking marker, clip the curb on the inside, mind the sausage curb, use the curb on the outside, and now we're climbing hard up towards the infamous corkscrew, over a blind crest, you're hard on the brakes, coming into it, look for the curb on the inside, then drop circuit just drops away under the bridge, snaking down the hill. The curb on the outside, down 8 stories in height into the right-hander. That short blast down to the hard braking zone for the final corner. Power up the start, finish straight, and a lap in the books. Donzo goes fastest with that lap. Posh continue his streak of Group 3 victories. We shall see shortly. Claroman has been in fine form in the Group 3 category. Which sees him head in the standings. I'll wait for to start. I'll just go down the Group 3 standings and the overall standings as well. In fact, so championship standings for Group 3. City Posh leads the Group 3 standings on 86 points, 4 ahead of his teammate on Safe Release. And a bit of a gap back. SBY is in 3rd on 63. Switchback is 4th on 57. Donzo P5 on 53 with Junkie Sports in P6 on 48 points. Diluc is 7th on 41 with Steph and Andy 8th and 9th on 37 and 33 points respectively. Peatman rounding off the top 10 in the Alfa Romeo on 18. And then you've got Zom on 17, Katz on 13, Ruben on 6, JP Greenwood on 1, and Arno, who will be starting his first race shortly. So, pole position is JP Greenwood. Unfortunately, Ruben is having some lag issues, so he'll not be taking part this time. Maybe he'll be able to get sorted for next week. So, JP Greenwood on pole with SPY. SPY, of course, will be looking to maximise his performance in this one, being double points. Wheels are up, and away we go. It's a great start from Diluc. Diluc's going to split the front row. Can he get into the lead? He's jumped SBY. Bit of bumping in the middle of the pack. Arno coming around the outside as well. SBY trying to hang on there, but he's going to go down 2 places. Arno in the gravel. That's SBY back through. Oh, contact there with 2 of the Mitsubishis. Switchback picks up a penalty as well on the first lap. I'm getting bumped around here. All sorts of stuff down the order, but in the lead, JP Greenwood has got the dream start, but Diluc is challenging him around the outside. Contact. And SBY's up the inside. So SBY back up into P2. JP Greenwood leads, SBY second and Diluc third. Behind them, Prototype Steph is 4th, Unsafe Release up to P5. Okay, next is Katz. Arno down to P7. You've got Peatman 8. City Posh is P9. He won't let me view him for some reason, but he is there. Coandy's P10. There he is. Switchback is P11. Junkie Sport P12. Donzo 13. And Zom has... Oh, Zom's been off somewhere already. And down to P14. JP Greenwood in the pits at the end of the first lap, getting off those medium tyres. That doesn't fancy him. Oh, Arno spun coming out the final corner. SBY takes over the race lead as JP Greenwood pits. Diluc is second, Steph third, Katz 4th, Unsafe Release is P5, good start from him. Peatman moving up as well, he's up to P6, City Posh is already up to P7. Coming through from the back row, he's ahead of Coandy, Switchback is P9, Donzo P10. Junkie Sport is P11, JP Greenwood back out in P12 after his pit stop. Zom is 13. Unfortunately, Arno has left the session. We're down to 13. SBY then up into the lead. It's where he needs to be. He started on the super soft tyres as well, so he would have needed to make that break early. Just down the corkscrew. You can see how tricky it is. There's a penalty there. Too much curb in the middle part of it. Over the sausage curve. That was brave. Into the final quarter. Full complete lap 2. Pulling away now 2.1 seconds over Diluc. Diluc also won the super softs. Steph is P3. So good start from Steph and Safe Release up into P4. So these 2 guys on the medium tyres. So you'd expect the top 2 to be pulling away. They're on the super softs. 2 compounds softer. will be a lot quicker at this stage, but I expect them in this circuit is quite hard on tyre wear. City Posh up to P5 was ready, so City Posh making moves. He's bringing Andy with him. Peatman's down to P7. Switchback's now P8. Junkie Sport P9. Donzo P10. Katz is off somewhere. He's down to P11. JP Greenwood, who's stopped already, he's onto the softs. Running in P12. Hands on behind him after an off on the opening lap is P13. SBY setting an electric pace so far. Got that gap up to 3.2 seconds. Giving chase, he's also starting to just pull away from Steph. And our top two in Group 3, and so Felice and City Posh together on track. And the medium as is Andy. As a switchback. Got Pittman. He's on the soft tyre, so he'd want to be staying ahead of these guys on the mediums around him, because he'd have to use the medium tyre later on. Quite close enough. Oh, Donzo trying to come down the inside of Junkie Sport. To turn 1, a little bit of contact there. It's the overtake done. Cat's behind him. JP Greenwood closing in as well. Stefan doing a very good job in P3 at the moment. It's first of the medium shod runners. And he's pulling away from unsafe release. The McLarens are battling. Andy staying on their tail. So these were the top 3 last time out. City Posh the winner. Safe there, just kicking up the dirt in front of him. So just drifted a little bit wide. Oh, unsafe release is sideways. Coming down the corkscrew, clip that curb on the inside, having a huge slide which he gathered up. He's drifting like McLaren at the moment. The car does not look happy. Andy down the inside of City Posh. No contact there with unsafe release. They're now 3 wide up the start finish straight. City Posh gets the double overtake. Andy ducks into his slipstream. He'll go past unsafe release. So the 3 wide again into turn 1 and 2. They're trying to go around the outside of City Posh. Unsafe release down the inside. He'll have the inside there, but Andy will have the inside for turn 3. Good battling there. So we've got, oh, Andy now having a big slide. So City Posh up to P4. The gap to Steph ahead of him is 2.4 seconds, so we'll keep an eye on that now. Progress switchback is, who was that running wide? That was next as Katz, going very wide. Switchback up to P7, so the winner last time out, P7 at the moment. And P8, so Katz P9, he's up a couple of places, and he was 11th a moment ago despite running off the track. Donzo P10, Junkie Sport in behind them. JP Greenwood closing in. Some on the recovery. Race leader is now 4.6 seconds in the lead. Looking good at the moment for SBY. They look also quite comfortable now, pulled away from Steph to the tune of 5 seconds, so it's making those super soft tyres work for him. Of course it will come back to those behind him later on. They're on the mediums now, so getting them out of the way. Steph is P3, but City Posh is really closing on him now. That gap is down to 1.2 seconds, he's half the gap. Andy with him, unsafe release as well, so it's Mitsubishi's and McLaren's. Unsafe release sideways again. Car looks alive, sliding out of turn 5. So Mitsubishi's been chased by McLaren's. 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. Switchback closing in as well. In the lead of the Citroens. Peatman's back up to P8. Donzo P9, Junkie Sport P10, Cat's down to P11, so he's had another moment somewhere. JP Greenwood was stopped on the first lap to get off those medium tyres. SPY now 5.2 seconds in the lead. The tyres out, the tyre wear is starting to show already. Alfa Romeo had a bit of a weight reduction. Usually one of the kinder cars on its tyres, but his tyres looking quite heavily worn at the moment. You can see the look behind him, a lot better on tyre wear at this stage. But he is 5 seconds in arrears. Steph now has City Porsche right under his rear wing. It's the battle for the final step of the podium. And he has unsafe release. I don't think I've seen that McLaren going in a straight line at any point in this race so far. It's constantly sideways. Steph now, City Porsche has a look at the inside into the braking zone just to show you in the mirrors. Steph's holding off at bay at the moment. Andy also keeping that gap to unsafe release. Switchback trying to close in. Peatman and Donzo. Now they've got a bit of clear track, also starting to bridge that gap. Junkie Sport P10, Cats P11. JP Greenwood closing down on his teammate. And Zom coming with him. SPY pits at the end of lap 7. So he gets off. They look carrying on. Sid looked after his tyres quite well in this first stint. So the McLaren man looking very good at the moment. City Porsche has passed Steph. He's up into P2 now. Meanwhile, Andy and unsafe release have been joined by a switchback. It's now a three-way battle, and the two Alphas behind them are closing as well. Also closing right in on his teammate under brakes. Where does SPY filter out? He comes out into P10, so he's just ahead of Cats, just behind Junkie Sport. He's come out on the medium tyres, so gone for a short blast on the supers early on. Which means he only needs to run the softs after this. Question is though, is he going to try the 2-stop or is he going to 3-stop? On lap 10, or after 10 minutes, sorry. So both strategies are still an option for him. No, Junkie Sport's wide. Wants to cut the sausage curb, very easy to do. Wide there, got dirty tyres, just needs to be careful for a couple of corners. So now all the Alfa Romeos together, 7th, 8th and 9th, SPY after his pit stop. His teammates, so interestingly all the Alphas are on different strategies. SPY started on the super soft tyres, Peatman started on the soft, and Donzo started on the mediums. So Alphas splitting their strategies. Which one will pay dividends? The first two Alphas now join this scrap for P4, and he's just made a little bit of a break. The police car still very lively. Switchback closing in, and the Alfa Romeos are right there with him as well now. SPY 3 seconds in arrears, but closing on fresh tyres. Getting the hammer down now. He's pulled away from Steph to the tune of 1.8 seconds. Now 5 seconds behind his teammate. Deluxe still managing his tyres very well. Carrying on. You can see his tyre wear is not too much worse than saying, actually it's a fair bit worse actually than City Porsches, but considering he's on the super softs, that tyre wear looking very good at this stage. So the 2-stop still an option for Deluxe. Do a short stint on the mediums, bring himself into contention. Of course, off the McLaren's only City Porsche has actually won from McLaren so far this season. Unsafe Release has had a number of second places. Not yet stood on the top of the podium. His consistency sees him second in the standings. very strong P3. Not able to hold off City Posh, but maintaining the gap to his teammate. City Posh is not really closing on Deluc either. The gap's still 5 seconds between those two, so Deluc going very well at this stage. And now in a fairly safe P4. Donzo is the man on the move. Then he's past switchback, he's up to P6 on safe release, still sliding around, going down the corkscrew. That car, it looks like he is running on ice half the time. As he thinks about a move, Peatman peels off in the background, so Peatman in. We'll release SBY. He was falling behind Nexus Cats, so SBY has potentially had it off somewhere. Now he's 11 seconds off the back of switchback. So SBY has had a moment somewhere. Donzo has got the move done on unsafe release. He's up to P5. Still on those medium tyres, so Donzo making good progress up the field. Posh now starting to take time out of his teammate. They see him in the distance. Up down to 4 seconds. Lap times were only 0.3 of a second apart, so Deluc must have had a moment at the start of this lap somewhere. Oh, those tyres crying enough. Now will be a good time to pit, probably go on to the mediums from the middle part, get the 10 minutes done. Hangs left, yeah, in he comes. So race leader is in. City Posh is in as well. So the top two in. Steph in as well. And he carries on. Donzo is in though. Unsafe release in, switch back in, so Donzo's going to carry on. No, Donzo went in as well in fact. So yes, everybody in. And then SBY should inherit the lead again. No, Andy, but Andy carried on, so that'll do better. Interesting choice from Andy. He's running longer on the slower compounded tyre, so maybe he doesn't think his car can look after the soft or the super soft. But I can't imagine he'll want to carry on too much longer. Quite a worn set of medium tyres. SBY has come back out into P2. And to look in P3. He has closed that gap a little bit in fact, so he's onto the soft tyre as well. So he's going to finish on the mediums, which if he's in a position for a podium, will leave him a little bit vulnerable to the cars behind him who are likely to be on a softer compound, so we'll see how that works out. City Posh 3.4 seconds back, so he and his team are on the same tyre now, so we'll see who's got the pace. JP Greenwood up to P5, although he, by the state of his tyres, he'll be pitting in shortly. Donzo P6. Steph P7 Junkie Sport, who pitted early. It's off, it's up to P8, he's jumped Peatman, unsafe release, and switchback. Stolten's on just exiting pit lane as Co-Andy pits, so race leader is in. SBY comes around the final corner, he will take over at the lead again. So look at his lap times, yeah, look at lap 7 there at 1:40, and that was his pit, no. When did he pit? 1:44.1 is a very outlying lap time. Not quite sure. Probably have him off somewhere, but he's on his way still. Deluc in P2. City Posh is closing. Got down to just under 2 seconds. So City Posh has got the magnets on. His teammate is the target. Now just 4.6 seconds off the race lead. Oh, he's caught the gravel there though, saves a big moment. Could very easily have turned him around. He hung on to it well. Donzo P4. Andy running in a strong P5. Junkie Sports off into the gravel, coming down the corkscrew. Steph trying to get underneath him, comes back onto the track. Steph not able to get the move done. Junkie Sports having a moment again there. Steph looking down the inside again. Not quite close enough. So Felice closing in, Peatman closing in, Switchback closing in as well. Continues to lead, however the McLarens are together. So City Porsche has caught his teammate. Now will de look battle his teammate, or will he let him go? Gap to the race leader is 3 seconds, or just under 3 seconds. There is SBY, there is de look, there is City Porsche, there is your top three. He's got a big gap back. Donzo P4, he's 6 seconds behind, nearly 7 seconds behind. Co-Andy behind him. Junkie Sport, Steph and also Felice nose to tail. Peatman and Switchback not far behind either. SBY pits in, so he's getting off those tyres. So he looks to be doing a 3-stop strategy. So McLaren's out of the final corner. De look leads. Closing. Oh, almost contact. De look went to block. City Porsche was there already, and he takes the lead of the race. These two work together and pull away. They look still on for a strong result. It does look like SBY is on the 3-stopper strategy, so he's going to have to be pushing. Donzo up to P3, he looks to be on the 2-stop. Co-Andy P4, Junkie Sport P5, Steph P6, unsafe release. SBY has come out in the middle. Unsafe release and Junkie and Switchback. He's dropped into the pack, he's now on the softs. Don't think he'll take those 20 minutes. We shall see. No, not with the fuel he's put in, so he'll be stopping again. Switchback has passed Peatman for P9. So City Porsche now leads the race again. Teammates still in close pursuit. These two now trying to pull away from the field. Donzo is closing behind them. He's got that gap down to 3.7 seconds. And just 5 off the lead. So Donzo on potentially for a good result. And he's still in touch in P4. So podium is tantalisingly close for the second week in a row. Can he grasp it? We shall see. And then we've got this terrific scrap for P5. Junkie Sport leading Steph. Unsafe relief. SPY on the attack on the outside. Looking now for a switchback. And Switchback himself is behind them. And SPY looks to have got it done. No. Yes, he has done. Sorry. Sweeps a bit of unsafe release. Unsafe release, they're coming back at him. SPY goes defensive. Unsafe release is down the inside though. He's going to go in hot though. SPY is going to switch back underneath him again. And Switchback trying to get involved as well. These two still side by side. Oh, SPY's clipped the curb. And now Unsafe Release is down the inside of him. Again, Switchback in the toe, trying to get up the inside as well. Oh, contact with Switchback on Unsafe Release. Switchback has a slide coming down the corkscrew. SPY goes down the spot. He's on fresh tyres. Oh, contact. Manages to keep it on track. In the pits, that was Junkie Sport. So Junkie Sport has released the cork from the bottle. He's step at the head of this queue. Unsafe release back in pursuit. Switchback and SBY continues to squabble. Peatman watching this all unfold in front of him. race leader is City Posh Blue, now 2.4 seconds ahead of his teammate Deluc. Donzo continuing to close. Just 4.8 seconds off the lead. Just inching away from Co-Andy in P4. Any mistakes from the guys ahead of him, and he will be there on that podium position. Stefano heading this train with also Felice still wrestling that car. Switch back behind him. SBY gathered himself back up again. Trying to get back on terms with Switchback. Needs to make up some places while he's on fresher tyres. Peekman behind him in P9. Last lap then, City Posh pulled another half a second out of his teammate. 22.4. Deluc on a 23.0. Donzo on a 22.1. He took 9/10 of a second out of Deluc on that lap. SBY currently holding the fastest lap with a 1:21.4 though. Flag. Some off there, yeah, there's some off. Coming down the hill from the corkscrew. Another moment. City Posh getting on the power of the slide out the final corner. And Donzo is with Deluc, so we've got a battle for P2. Will Donzo make his move? Feigns a move up the inside into 1 and 2. SBY has passed Switchback on this lap. Switchback's tyres looking past their best. This is the battle now for the middle step on the podium. Deluc holding on to it for now. Donzo looking very racy behind him. Can the Alpha Man find a way through? Of course, we begin to look a little bit wide in the first part. Gathers it up. Swing that down through the right and left. Breaks into the penultimate corner. Donzo very close at this point on the lap. Can he find a way up the inside to the final corner? He looks up the inside. Backs out of it, not quite close enough that time around. Steph defending from unsafe release. Switchback has passed SBY again. SBY, has he had a moment or a Switchback just caught him? What kind of lap times did he do? Switchback doing a 24 flats. SB1 does a 26.0, so yeah, he's had a moment somewhere again. Oh, contact. They're under braking. Switchback just hands onto it. SB1 doesn't take the position away. Steph pits. Away he goes, so City Posh continues to lead. Deluc still hanging on to P2. No, he's got tense pressure from behind. Donzo giving him a workout, trying to find a way through. Deluc is holding on at the moment. Of them pit this lap, they're going to carry on again. City Posh is in, race leader pits. So So Deluxe will take the lead. Donzo's had a good run through the final corner. Not quite close enough there. Trying to go the long way around into 2. Can he sweep around the outside? Not quite. Deluxe will shut the door on exit. Donzo will have to try again. He's on the outside. Oh, just gets squeezed out of the dirt. Deluxe tries to give him room. Oh, this battling is letting Andy close up in P3. What harm did that extra lap on the mediums do him? He'll have slightly fresher tyres. Yeah, Donzo's going to be in this lap because he's on the red line on fuel. Deluxe still has so much fuel left. Deluxe doing an excellent job with the fuel. He will not need to be stationary for long. His final stop, so Deluxe actually in a quite promising place here, but he does have to use the medium tyres. Andy continues to close. City Posh has come out in P4. He's got clear track SPY behind him. Cat's doing battle. Unsafe release is P9. Steph just going past, switch back in the background. Donzo pits, Andy pits. Donzo on 0 fuel. He's got that absolutely perfectly. Switch back up the inside of Steph up the hill. The inside line for the corkscrew. Gets the position back from his rival. JP Greenwood holding on to the final points paying position, P12. So now City Posh closing in on his teammate again, but his teammate has to stop again. It's quite a long pit lane here, so City Posh is looking very good at this moment. SBY will need to stop again, I think. Donzo is in the pits. On his way out now with Andy right behind him, so Andy's closed up quite a lot in that stint. And he's gone up just ahead of Junkie Sport. Racing the chat, evening Kyle. Indeed he is. City Posh absolutely smashing it again. Oh, Andy down the inside, there's contact with Donzo. That's going to let Junkie Sport through as well. Race leader in, so Deluxe pits. City Posh will take back over at the lead of the race. SBY pits as well from P3. So now where? Oh, Andy having a slide. Where does Deluxe look on his way? So Deluxe going to come out in P2 here, I think. So he's on his way, and he's going to be P3. Donzo's not going to be very happy with that. Let's get Unsafe Release down the inside of him. That's position gain for the McLaren. Indeed, Deluxe has come out in P2. City Posh now has a 13-second lead though, that's a huge gap. Deluxe now doing a short stint on the mediums at the end. He's got 6 seconds, or just under 6 seconds, back to Andy. So can he manage that gap for the remaining, what we're looking at, 5 laps? See what he can do. It'll be his best result of the season if he can hang on to a podium. Unsafe for lead. They can make it a McLaren 1, 2, 3 here. And he's coming a little bit hot there. Oh, it's a bit of a slide. Unsafe for lead's also coming in hot as well. He's going to possibly get a penalty for that. Switchback, looking lively coming down the hill there. He's just about fended off the attack from Steph. Pulled a bit of a gap. SBY in P8. He must be cursing the strategy here. I think that extra pit stop has hurt him. It's a very long pit lane here. Very slow pit lane, so you lose a lot of time in the pits. So the less pit stops you can do, the better. In P9, Junkie Sport P10. Next is Cat's on his tail, so the Final position in the top 10 is not decided. JP Greenwood in at points paying position P12. Was on after a couple of trips into the gravel, finding the Citroen does not necessarily like Laguna Seca. However, one car that does, and one driver that does, is this man here, City Posh Blue. 16 seconds in the lead. He is making this Group 3 Championship look absolutely easy. And after week 1, where the McLarens struggled badly, City Posh got lapped the first week. He has been on absolute fire ever since. To look, trying out onto P2, that gap is coming down there quite rapidly. Come on, you get it down to 2.6 seconds. So for Lee's trying to bridge that gap, he's 1.3 behind Andy, so if he can start attacking Andy, that might allow Deluxe to pull away. He's bringing Donzo with him. Switchback isn't too far behind either in P6. So we are trying to close down. He's bringing Steph with him, so he's passed Steph on this lap. Peatman in P9, Junkie Sport P10. Cat's still in pursuit. Greenwood there in the Newcastle car. Of course, a lot of us are very excited that football is back this week. So I'm running around, keeping an eye on this battle for P2 then to look holding on, and he continues to chip away. Just the difference in grip that we'll have on the super softs. Deluxe is on the medium compound, so the hardest compound available. Just under 5 minutes to survive. Hang on to a podium, but Andy is closing. Unsafe release is coming as well, as is Donzo. Switchback's got a bit of a gap to close. But Deluxe driven very well. He made his super softs last very well on that first stint. May have been better pressed to have started on the mediums. Just done a short stint on them. Here we are, they come to the final corner, and there's a bit of a slide, but he's almost there. He's within a second, just over there after that poor run out the final corner though. And he is closing now. He's just got so much more grip. Oh, Unsafe Release coming hot there. Gondo's going to be down the inside. And slams the door in his face, so a mistake from Unsafe Release. Donzo gets that place back. Oh, Unsafe Release sideways again. Trying to go down the inside. Oh, he's cut the sausage curb. Does he keep off the dirt? He does. Hard on the anchors. Background, Switchback is getting company in the form of SB White. Some much fresher tyres. So he's closing in. And we're looking to try and take P6 away. P8 a bit lonely now. This is Peter in P9. Junkie Sport has got a bit of a gap now to Cat, so he's fended him off. SBY getting the move done on Switchback into the corkscrew. Oh, sideways coming down it, but gathers it up. He's up to P6. He's now got 4 seconds to close to Unsafe Release. These four still battling for 2 podium spots. He's now 20 seconds in the lead. This is a dominant performance from him once again. Looking very good for the McLaren man. Can Deluxe hold on then? Less than 3 minutes to go. Maybe a little bit wide. So let Donzo get back onto his tail, so Donzo is there now. These two came to blows a few laps ago when he went past. I think it's turn 7, the bottom of the hill up to the corkscrew. There you have second, third and fourth. So he's just dropping off the back a little bit, but he's still there. SBY has said about trying to chase them down. Quite spread out. Cats has jumped Junkie Sports. Junkie Sports had him off somewhere. The race leader on his way. Donzo meanwhile on the attack of Andy. Looks like the inside is not really a place to make an overtake. Andy's now looking to attack and defend. Oh, it's contact with Deluxe. Oh, Deluxe off into the gravel. No, Deluxe there. Unfortunately, he's got punted out of P2. That's let Donzo through. And he did slip to let him through, but he's carried on. So, unfortunate contact there into the final corner. Deluxe iron defence. P2 is ended. Contact at the final corner. Donzo through into P2. So for these three, Andy's gone wide there, I think, to let Deluxe through. Oh, Andy's had a big slide. He's going to lose a place to SBY as well. So it's a shame for both those two. Possibly both on for a podium finish. So Felice has now inherited P3 after Andy dropped back. Jockey Sport still doing battle. But onto his final lap is City Posh Blue. If he's so far in front, he might be the only one to do one more lap here. So he may get to do a victory lap. We shall see. 10 seconds to go. I think Donzo might just start another lap. He might be the last one. No, SBY's had a huge slide coming out the final corner. In fact, they are, yep. Who's going to carry on? Yeah, they've finished. Oh, one safe for this is carried on. So one safe for these gone across the line. Deluxe has finished. So they come home. Steph's come home as in P8. Peatman will be P9. Because Cats has seen off. Junkie Sport, he's had another off somewhere. P10. The top 10 finish for Cats. Junkie Sport comes out of the final corner. Someone up the road there in front of him. P12. But here is the man reigning supreme in Group 3 at the moment, City Posh, our championship leader. It's going to be another brilliant victory from him into the final corner. And it is another win for the McLaren man. And he is ecstatic with that victory for City Posh. Well, Donzo's at the moment on the last lap. Unsafe Felice has got through into P2. He's now sideways. So drama. Donzo has thrown away P2 on the last lap. Was the contact? I don't think Unsafe Felice was close enough, was he? Is he going to let him through? I'm not quite sure what's happening here. No. It looks like Donzo's got off on his own. Unsafe Felice pips him to the line, so drama on the final lap. But your winner, once again, no drama around that, City Posh Blue. Victorious once again. A fantastic effort from him. Another brilliant drive. Smashing it out of the park once again. So there we have it. City Posh is your race winner in Group 3, and that ends the GT2 action for tonight. But do not forget, we've got one more night's racing action ahead of us in the form of GT1. This week we are racing at the Nürburgring GP circuit in the Group 4s, and then we're at the Circuit de Catalunya for the Group 3 race a little bit later on after that. So do join us tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. If you are in the stream still, please do give the stream a like. Obviously it helps us out massively. And hopefully we will see you all who are not racing for action in GT1 tomorrow. But thank you very much for joining us tonight. Good night, and we will see you tomorrow for more GT Sport FTRL action.